Welcome back to day 4, everybody. Boss is on the layout there. Next thing we're going to do is undershoot underneath of the banister by the banister. We will be finishing that up with quarter round molding up against the railing assembly there. So that's going to be our first task today, is infill underneath of here. And then we're going to come along and back to this part of it's going to be a little complicated in here, but I think I already have the methodology for doing the 22.5-inch molding from each side, 22.5 degree molding from each side there. So it'll be a little bit challenging, but we should be able to knock that out and then get to the trim work today. Good to have you guys along. Closing the gap. Okay, we've got our all tied in good here next to the banister. Run all the way over to here. We're going to deal with that lip separately on that step. And we've got our cut-ins here around the cabinet. So it's pretty much run and gun now for the rest of the pattern in. We'll have to put it under the door and fit the T-molding channel down there, but should be pretty easy going from here to finish up the hallway. Hello, Zoe. Supervisor Zoe. It's the boss working away, undercutting the bedroom. We'll be laying down the transition channel there. That should be the last little bit of tough cutting up here. What do you think, huh? Put down a hell of a lot of wood, these days, but the good news, boss actually has a smile on his face.
Finally.
And we are all taken into the corner here. And I think it looks pretty good. It never looks like as much work, but there's a lot of precision under doors and undercutting, and you have to get in with the, what I call what do you call that thing? The Dremel, a plunge saw to get in there and do those. Oscillating saw, well, a lot of saws, a lot of undercuts. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's looking pretty good. We'll be putting the molding down. Getting on that. I think coming up, I think it looks super handsome the way it is. So we're gonna have to cut a piece of wood for the bottom underneath. It used to have carpet underneath of that cabinet, so we're gonna cut a piece of wood to fit under there. That'll be a nice detail. We'll see you for the wrap. Showing you guys the underside of the cabinet. We went ahead and put some of the same flooring material under there just to give a nice finish to that. Do a little zoom here. Show you guys on that, and we'll be putting some molding around the base of that. But it's pretty good. It makes a pretty nice detail. I know that the cabinet is oak, but call that kind of a transition between the cabinet and the floor, so it looks good. After this, Jan is cleaning up down there, and we're all done setting in everything. That what we've got to do now, and we're going to try to do as much as we can tomorrow, is the trimming out. A few more precision cuts over here around the cabinetry and everything, and a nice flow of material. Good cuts. Place another transition strip ready to snap in the T-molding on top of that. Makes a nice finished detail. I was asked by a couple of people why not just flow the flooring through there. Well, the basic problem is when you have carpet, and I'll close this door. When you have carpet and you have a transition between, like we had over here on the other side, where we are flowing it. Sorry, Janet. The door is cut too high, and by putting a transition strip down, it builds that up a little bit of height. It gives a nice detail, especially, well, it's mandatory here where you're using carpet, where you're joining two different flooring materials together, and it snaps down like a T right over top of that. And it really is a nice finished detail. I think I can just sit that kind of right there, and you get the idea of what I mean. And that snaps down into that channel down below, and really gives a good detail. That's going to be a wrap today, guys, and that pretty much completes the hallway here, except for the trim out. And yeah, as usual, a lot of work, but kind of fun, and learning new things and using old skills. I think it really pays off. So I want to thank you guys for being along as usual. And we should be wrapping up the trimming tomorrow. And Rosie will be out of here. Thumbs up, I appreciate it. Thanks.